As a trader, I believe in honesty, discipline, and clarity in an industry that often highlights winning trades, Lamborghinis, and the trader lifestyle. But in fact, they are ignoring the reality of trading. There can be losses and also drawdowns and periods of underperformance. I want to show you what I'm doing and maybe you'll learn something. My approach is built on respecting the market, managing risk, and capitalizing on opportunity when I see it. I don't trade every day, and that's okay. This system tends to still make money even if I trade once a month. In this video, I'll show you my trading spreadsheet and performance and the actual numbers behind my results. You'll see that my win rate is often only around 30 to 40%, but that's okay. I keep the drawdowns small and I'm able to build a strong but steady growing equity curve. I'll also walk you through my trades step by step, showing you exactly how I apply the F50 Indicator System to identify high quality setups and manage trades with structure and discipline. My goal is to help you understand that successful trading is not always about being right. It's about behavior, consistency, and risk management. I hope today's video gives you something useful that you can apply to your own trading journey. Okay, so let's begin with the trading dashboard. So you can see here, this is my equity curve. So I had a huge win at the start of the month, and then I took a number of different losses, and then the equity curve started to increase. And then we ended the month with a really respectable 29R total for the month. So this is great trading. We did really well this month. If you're using 1% risk trades, then we would be north of 30% in the month. So this is really great. And you can see that the drawdown wasn't too bad. This is my trading dashboard that every person who signs up gets access to. This will be developed over time. This is the bare bones system right now, but I'm hoping that it will be access to all members to help analyze their trading results and help them improve their trading. So you can see my win rate was around 31% and my average win was around 5. I'm able to keep my average loss below 1. So this gives a risk reward of 1 to 5.6, which is very good for the win rate I have. That's a positive expectancy. The planned risk reward, this is where I actually plan to get 6R for the trade, but in reality, this doesn't always get achieved. But getting close to the actual risk reward to the planned risk reward is actually really good. If you go down here, you can see that this was the return for February and this is the return for March. When actually fact that the huge winner that I had here, that was a trade that was taken on the 24th February and held to the 1st of March. So actually this trade has been incorporated in March returns. Down here is just some pie chart statistics. So you can see at the bottom, I was mostly in buys. This is because I was long energy assets such as crude oil and heating oil, also long bonds, but also I was long metals as well. You can see that the time frames I've been using, the F50 indicator system works across different time frames. I mainly focus on 3 and 1 hour. Because I've recently been teaching students how to apply it on other time frames as well, I've been making examples on the 5-minute and 15-minute. The 5-minute can be too fast for some people, so for those with day jobs and lots of responsibility, 3 and 1 hour is probably better. I do have different setup. I mainly focus on what I call the F50 setup. This is a 50% Fibonacci retracement entry that I'm going to show you an example on later on in the video. But I also use some more advanced entries such as breakout retest. LS1 is a liquidity sweep 1, and also breakout is a typical breakout entry. You can see I've been trading lots of different assets across the month, and I'll just maybe share a couple of examples of trades that I've done throughout the month. So if we go to crude oil, this was, you could say it was a lucky trade. I like to think you create your own luck in trading. Obviously, we had the war in Iran, so the US started to bomb Iran. And what's nice about the F50 indicator system is that sometimes you don't need to know about the news to understand, to get a trade. So I saw this spike up in the indicator system, and then we get a pullback to the 50% Fibonacci retracement, and then we look for the first green candle to enter. This green candle is the first green candle after the pullback. And then what we do is we target the 100% fib extension here. What I really like about the F50 indicator system, we can pull out these strong impulse moves. So the first move we call an impulse. The second move, we call it a pullback phase. And then the third is a continuation to fulfill the 100% Fibonacci retracement. And that's normally a hard target. So my target was here. So I entered here. This was early morning. So it was around 5 o'clock in the morning that I took this trade. And then I targeted this 100% Fibonacci retracement. But because I held this trade over the weekend, the actual exit point was here. The exit point was of this candle here, because that was the open on the Sunday. So this was Sunday. Of course, the bombing happened over the weekend. So I held this trade over the weekend, and actually we got a surprise to the upside. And then therefore this trade ended up being around 13R entry, because I think my entry might have been slightly later. So if this was 13R, yeah, so I probably would have been around there. And then here you can see my broker's receipt here. So this was quite a nice big winner for the F50 Indicator System. The second trade was on crude oil again. Here you can see you have an impulse move up that actually broke this high here. And then we get a pullback. And sometimes you go deeper than a 50% pullback here. This is actually a liquidity sweep of this low here. And then we got continuation move up. So this is the first green candle after that 50% pullback. And then what we did was the official target would be here, which is for a 5-to-1 risk reward. Because I'm an advanced trader, I was actually going for a higher target. So I was going for this order block up here. This is a bearish order block. That was for a 7-to-1 risk reward. But actually what happened was when we got to this target up here, I saw that we actually had an exhaustion pattern. Often when you're not able to close above a high, or you get multiple highs above candles like you have here, this is a sign of slowing momentum. Around here, I took off my trade. So this was around here. So I took off the trade around here after I saw this slow momentum, and I was able to get out for a 4.32 trade. So of course, if I would have held that trade, that would have hit its original target, but I exited that trade early. Hence, you don't have to be perfect to make money in trading. Okay, so here you have a losing trade. This was gold on the 10th of March. Sometimes with the F50 indicator system, you get to an entry late. Here we have a 50% pullback on this strong impulse move. This was the impulse move up, got a 50% pullback, and then we got a move up to the measured move. So the official trade would have been here on this candle right here. So this is the first green candle after a strong impulse move. But I missed that trade. And so then we got a second green candle. I missed that one as well. I felt strongly that we were going to break out and target this upper area. The risk reward on this trade, so the risk reward on this trade was 2.96. Of course, I wanted a higher risk reward there. And so my plan was to enter this setup targeting this bearish order block up here for a 5-to-1 risk reward. But you can see here that I put my stop loss just below the low of this candle. And then this wicked me out and I got stopped out for a loss there. This is trading. You can't be right all the time. This is the reality of it. Hopefully I've given you some trading examples of how I'm trading the F50 indicator system. If you're interested in getting a free trial, please visit the5minutetrader.com and you can sign up to a 14-day free trial of the indicator, as well as a number of different bonuses. It's a system designed for people with busy lives who want to learn how to trade, who want a really simple way to trade. This is for you. So if you'd like to learn more, please visit the5minutetrader.com. The link's in the description. Thank you for your attention today. I hope you found some of this useful. Let me know if you spot any impulse pullback and continuation moves in your own trading, and anything you found useful, please put it in the comments. Like and subscribe, it helps the algorithm. All the best, guys. See you later. Bye.